the FBI's footprint has gotten so freaking big, I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state.
Kash Patel is absolutely frozen in terror right now as a federal judge just caught him fabricating court orders to cover up Epstein evidence and threatened him with immediate arrest. And this is not some minor legal issue. This is Trump's FBI director getting caught in a massive lie about sealed judicial orders that don't even exist. Judge James Boasberg called a hearing on December 27th and systematically destroyed Patel's entire defense. Had grand jury transcripts, had court records, proved in open court that Patel made up fake sealed orders to hide Epstein documents from Congress, and then gave Patel an ultimatum that has him absolutely panicking. Turn over every single Epstein file or face immediate arrest for criminal contempt. According to witnesses in the courtroom, Patel went completely pale, couldn't speak. His lawyers were scrambling, and the judge was relentless, calling this a lethal fabrication and warning that perjury charges are coming on top of the contempt. This is the FBI director of the United States caught red-handed lying to Congress about court orders that never existed. And now he's facing jail time unless he exposes the entire Epstein cover-up that Trump's inner circle has been orchestrating. But real quick, before we get into this, let's be honest. You can't really trust mainstream media anymore. That's why we built National Brief Network to bring you real stories, real context, and no corporate spin. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines, please subscribe because you might think you are but aren't. Your subscription actually matters here. Alright, now let me bring the receipts on how we got here. Congress has been investigating what happened to the Epstein files. Remember when Attorney General Pam Bondi deleted 16 photos from the public Epstein evidence website? Photos showing Trump at Epstein's mansion. Photos from the massage room where the crimes happened. Congress wanted to know who ordered those deletions and what other evidence is being hidden. So they subpoenaed Kash Patel. Makes sense because as FBI director, he controls access to all the Epstein investigation files. He knows what was deleted, he knows what's being hidden, and Congress demanded he turn everything over. Share this video with everyone you know because Patel has been stonewalling for months. His excuse was sealed court orders, claimed multiple judges had ruled these files confidential, and he legally couldn't release them. And Congress was frustrated, but they believed him at first. Why would the FBI director lie about something like that? That would be a federal crime. Turns out that's exactly what he did. Judge Boasberg started his own investigation. He's a senior federal judge in DC who oversees a lot of sensitive cases. When he heard about Patel's claims about sealed orders, he was immediately skeptical, because Boasberg knows every judge in the federal court system, and he hadn't heard anything about sealed orders regarding Epstein files, so he pulled all the court records, checked with other judges, reviewed every sealed docket, and found absolutely nothing. There are no sealed orders blocking release of these documents. Patel completely fabricated them. Think about what that means. Patel testified under oath to Congress about these sealed orders, gave specific details, cited specific judges by name, and it was all lies. That's perjury. And it's also obstruction of justice because he used these fake court orders to defy congressional subpoenas and hide evidence that would expose what Trump and his allies did with Epstein. Make sure you're subscribed to National Brief Network because the December 27th hearing was absolutely brutal. Judge Boasberg had everything prepared, had transcripts of Patel's congressional testimony where he detailed these supposed sealed orders, then systematically showed court records proving none of it exists, and Patel had no response. His lawyers tried to argue maybe there was a misunderstanding. Judge Boasberg shut that down immediately, said no, this wasn't a misunderstanding or confusion. You fabricated specific court orders, named specific judges, gave case numbers and detailed explanations. This was deliberate deception designed to obstruct a congressional investigation. And then the judge revealed something even more damaging. Said we have grand jury testimony from FBI agents who work directly under you, and they testified that you specifically instructed them to tell Congress these sealed orders existed, even though you knew perfectly well no such orders existed. So you didn't just lie yourself, you directed your subordinates to lie to Congress. That's conspiracy to obstruct justice. That's subornation of perjury. Those are additional felonies stacking on top of everything else. Notice what happened to Patel in that moment. According to everyone in the courtroom, he just stood there, completely frozen. His face went white. Hands were visibly shaking. Witnesses said he looked like he was about to pass out because he realized the judge has all the evidence. The lies are completely exposed, and there's absolutely no way out of this. Share this with everyone because then Judge Boasberg issued his ultimatum. And he made very clear this isn't civil contempt where you can fix things by complying later. This is criminal contempt. You've already committed the crime by lying to Congress and fabricating evidence. So even if you comply now, you're still facing criminal charges. But if you don't comply, you're going to federal custody immediately. And you'll stay there until you do comply, and then you'll still face all the charges anyway. So Patel is completely trapped. If he turns over the documents, they're going to expose the Bondi cover-up, going to show Trump's Epstein connections, going to potentially destroy the entire administration. But if he doesn't turn them over, he's going to jail. And there's no good option here. Now let me walk you through what's probably in these documents, because the fact that Patel was willing to commit multiple felonies rather than release them tells you how damaging they must be. Based on what we know from whistleblowers and the Bondi scandal, the files almost certainly show that Bondi personally ordered the deletion of those Trump photos from the Epstein website, that she specifically targeted images showing Trump at Epstein's mansion and at events with Epstein, and that she did this to protect Trump politically, not for any legitimate law enforcement reason. The files probably also contain communications between Bondi and Patel and possibly Trump himself about managing the Epstein scandal, about what to release and what to hide, about how to spin things if the cover-up ever became public. And if those communications exist, they're direct evidence of conspiracy and obstruction. A coordinated cover-up at the highest levels of the Justice Department. Make sure you stay subscribed because there's probably evidence about what other materials were deleted or hidden beyond just the photos. Maybe videos from Epstein's properties, maybe witness statements that were buried, maybe financial records showing payments between Epstein and Trump associates. The Epstein investigation generated thousands of pieces of evidence, and if Patel and Bondi have been selectively hiding the most damaging pieces, that's obstruction on an absolutely massive scale. And the documents might reveal who else in Trump's circle was connected to Epstein. Trump admits he knew Epstein socially, but claims they weren't close. But the deleted photos might tell a very different story. Might show Trump at Epstein's properties frequently, at parties with other guests who were later implicated in Epstein's crimes. That would be politically devastating in ways Trump can't recover from. Think about why Patel would take this risk. Making up court orders is the kind of lie that gets caught easily. Judges talk to each other. Court clerks keep records. So why would Patel do something this reckless? The answer is he was almost certainly ordered to by someone higher up. Either Bondi or Trump himself told him to stonewall Congress at all costs, protect the Epstein secrets no matter what. And Patel, being the loyal soldier he is, fabricated the court orders. But he badly miscalculated. Thought Congress would just accept his explanation and move on, didn't think they'd investigate this thoroughly, and definitely didn't think federal judges would get personally involved, but they did. And now Patel is facing the consequences of his loyalty to Trump. Share this video because this connects to the broader pattern we're seeing throughout Trump's inner circle. People lying and obstructing to protect him. Bondi deleted evidence. Patel fabricated court orders. And now they're both getting caught, both facing serious legal consequences. And the message is becoming very clear to everyone watching. Protecting Trump is not worth going to federal prison. There's also the question of whether Patel might flip. When you're facing immediate arrest and potentially years in federal prison, you start making different calculations. Patel might decide to cooperate with prosecutors, testify against Bondi and Trump, provide evidence about who ordered what and when. And if Patel flips, he could take down the entire inner circle, because he's the FBI director. He knows everything, every cover-up, every lie, every crime. And if he decides to talk, prosecutors will have everything they need to charge basically everyone involved. Make sure you're subscribed to National Brief Network because flipping means betraying Trump, and Trump absolutely does not forgive betrayal. We've seen how he treats people who turn on him. Patel knows if he cooperates, Trump will destroy him publicly, attack him relentlessly, make sure he never works in Republican politics again. So Patel has an impossible choice: go to jail to protect Trump, or cooperate and face Trump's wrath for the rest of his life. Now here's what this means beyond just Patel's personal legal disaster. This is a crack in the cover-up that could bring down everything. First, Patel's facing criminal contempt charges. That's a felony with serious prison time. And he can't appeal his way out because contempt orders are immediately enforceable. His only option is compliance. But compliance means betraying Trump. Those documents are going to expose the Epstein cover-up, show that Bondi ordered deletions, show Trump's connections to Epstein. Trump will be absolutely furious, will probably fire Patel immediately, attack him publicly, completely destroy his career. Share this with everyone because there are also the perjury charges. Judge Boasberg said he's referring Patel to prosecutors for lying under oath. So even if Patel complies and avoids jail time for contempt, he's still facing criminal prosecution for perjury, and that carries years in federal prison. Patel's legal problems are not going away no matter what he does at this point. The political impact is absolutely massive. Trump's FBI director caught fabricating evidence to cover up Epstein connections. That's not just a bad headline. That's evidence of a criminal conspiracy at the highest levels of government. And Democrats are absolutely going to use this. Already running ads showing Patel frozen in court as the judge threatens him with arrest, saying this is what Trump's FBI looks like. Corrupt from top to bottom, willing to commit crimes to protect Trump's secrets. Vote Democrat to clean house. And that message resonates because voters are watching Trump's officials get caught in lie after lie. And they're starting to think the entire administration is rotten. Think about how this feeds into the impeachment effort. Representative Al Green's articles include obstruction of justice charges, and Patel fabricating court orders to hide evidence from Congress is literally textbook obstruction. So Democrats are going to use this as Exhibit A. Going to call Patel to testify at oversight hearings, going to ask him directly who ordered him to lie, and Patel is going to have to choose between implicating Trump or perjuring himself all over again. Make sure you stay subscribed because when these documents finally get released, they're going to be absolutely devastating. Whether Patel complies or gets arrested and eventually complies, the documents are coming out either way. And they're going to show the Bondi deletion scandal was much worse than anyone thought. Going to show Trump was far more connected to Epstein than he's ever admitted. Going to show a coordinated cover-up involving multiple Trump administration officials. And once those documents are public, there will be more investigations, more congressional subpoenas, more oversight hearings, all of this happening right before the 2026 midterms. So it's going to dominate every news cycle, and it's going to hurt Republicans catastrophically. Notice what this could mean for Trump personally. If the documents show Trump was involved in directing the cover-up, that's conspiracy and obstruction. Trump could face federal charges himself. And with his immunity defense getting weaker after losing case after case, Trump is increasingly vulnerable to prosecution. This connects directly to what Mark Meadows has already testified about regarding Trump's election crimes. If prosecutors also get evidence Trump directed an Epstein cover-up, that's another entire case. Another potential conviction. Another reason Trump could end up in federal prison. Now think about what's happening to Trump's Department of Justice. First, it was Bondi getting caught deleting evidence. Then Meadows flipping and testifying against Trump. Now Patel caught fabricating court orders. The entire department is falling apart. Officials are either getting caught committing crimes or they're flipping to save themselves. And this creates a cascade effect. Each official who falls makes the others more likely to cooperate. They see there's no protection coming from Trump, that he'll let them take the fall to save himself. So they start making deals with prosecutors to save their own lives. Share this video because prosecutors are absolutely exploiting this. They're going after Trump's officials one by one, offering cooperation deals, saying testify truthfully and will recommend leniency on sentencing. And more officials are going to take those deals. Because federal prison is federal prison, and protecting Donald Trump is not worth that. There's also what this does to FBI morale. Agents see their director caught fabricating evidence to cover up Epstein crimes. They're embarrassed. They're ashamed. They joined the FBI to uphold the law and pursue justice, not to help cover up connections between the president and a convicted sex trafficker. So there's probably going to be a revolt inside the bureau. Agents refusing to follow Patel's orders, leaking information to Congress, cooperating with investigators. Patel is going to lose control of the agency. Make sure you're subscribed to National Brief Network because this might force Trump to fire Patel even if he complies. Patel is now a massive liability. He's facing criminal charges. The FBI doesn't respect him anymore. And his scandal is hurting Trump politically every single day. So Trump might just cut him loose, fire him, and claim he knew nothing about what Patel was doing. But that's not going to work. Because the documents Patel is being forced to release are going to show Trump was involved in the cover-up from the beginning. The bottom line is this. Kash Patel caught in lethal evidence fabricating court orders to hide Epstein files from Congress. Judge Boasberg systematically destroyed his lies, proved with grand jury testimony and court records that Patel made everything up, now threatening immediate arrest unless Patel exposes the entire cover-up. And Patel is completely trapped, no way out. Either betrays Trump and releases the documents, or goes to federal jail. And either way, the truth is coming out. Either way, Trump's Epstein connections are about to become public. Either way, this administration is facing a reckoning they cannot escape. This is what accountability looks like. This is what happens when you lie to Congress and fabricate evidence. The whole cover-up collapses, everyone involved goes down. And that's exactly what's happening right now. This story continues. Stay tuned.